Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video we will talk about gram positive cocci. So today we start bacteriology and this is our first topic, gram positive cocci. So as we see, gram positive cocci is divided into two parts, Staphylococcus and Streptococcus. To differentiate between these two, we will perform a catalyst test. On behalf of this, we will differentiate that any particular infection is due to Staphylococcus or Streptococcus. So in this situation, in this way, Staphylococcus is positive, that means catalyst positive, and Streptococcus is catalyst negative. Then Staphylococcus is again divided into two parts, pathogenic staph and non-pathogenic staph. Then to differentiate pathogenic and non-pathogenic staph, we have to perform Coagulase test. So pathogenic is Coagulase negative and non-pathogenic is Coagulase. Pathogenic is Coagulase positive and non-pathogenic is Coagulase negative. If we will talk about pathogenic, there are many organisms which are in the group of pathogenic staph, but we have to learn only the important one. So Staph aureus is the most important variant in pathogenic staph, and in non-pathogenic staph there are Staph saprophyticus, Staph epidermidis and Staph lugdunensis. So Coagulase test is again divided into two parts, tube and slide form. Tube is a free form and slide is a bound form. So now first we understand how these tests are performed. If we'll talk about catalase test, so in this we have to take 3% H2O2, 3% H2O2 hydrogen peroxide, then we add colonies like any colony, either Staphylo colony or Streptococcus colony. After adding colonies, then if bubbles are formed, then it is the property of Staphylococcus. That means it is the catalyst positive test. If bubbles are not formed, then it is the Streptococcus, and that means it is a catalyst negative. Then we will move to this Coagulase test. If you talk about Coagulase test, there are two forms, tube and slide form. So if we'll talk about slide form, in this we will take saline on a slide and add staph colonies. That staph colonies will either pathogenic or non-pathogenic, and make a milk emulsion. After that we add a human plasma. After adding human plasma, immediately clumps are formed. If these clumps are formed, this suggests it is pathogenic staph. If clumps are formed, then it is pathogenic staph. If clumps are not formed, then it is non-pathogenic staph. So in this way we will perform this test. Now the important question is arise here: how can we differentiate that any particular infection is due to saprophyticus and epidermidis? So for this we can perform a novoviacin test. It is an antibiotic test, and due to this we can differentiate between Staph saprophyticus and Staph epidermidis. This test is basically performed on MHA, means Mullen Hinton agar. MHA is Muller Hinton agar. Or Na, that means nutrient agar. Either we can perform on MHA or Na, but it is preferable to perform on MHA. So, and the method is applied behind this test is Kirby-Boyer disc diffusion method. This one. And Next question is arise that who is novobiocin resistance and who is novobiocin sensitive. So Staph saprophyticus is novobiocin resistance and Staph epidermidis is novobiocin sensitive. So this is all about gram positive cocci, all the overview. In the next video we will talk about cons, and this cons is Coagulase negative staph. So firstly we will talk about cons, Coagulase negative staph, then we will talk about pathogenic staph, Staph aureus. So thanks for watching.